Okay, so next up after the living room is the kitchen. In the kitchen, I actually love this galley. So does my wife. We like cooking in it. My cat is determined to be in every video. So there's the cat. Couple of things of note. Move out of the way, kitty. Under here, this used to be a trash can storage, but it actually fits a full-sized KitchenAid stand mixer in there. So a full-size KitchenAid stand mixer sits in there. If you wanted to, you could put the rim back on it and put a trash can back in there, but we use it as storage for the KitchenAid stand mixer, which pulls up and sits on top there when we want to use the KitchenAid stand mixer. You have some heat pads here, so you can put hot things down on there. One of the things I love about this, and the newer models, they got rid of this and put in Corian countertops, but this actually has a rim all the way around the edge, a solid wood, teak wood rim. Keeps things from sliding off, which is really, really nice. So I like that about this model. Got a nice double sink under here, so there's one side and there's the other with the boards on top that come off. We generally store those in the oven when we're not using them because we don't use the oven much, but anyways, that is the thing there. We have a water filter. I have replaced the water filtration system with a brand new water filtration system from Lowe's, so you can get new water filters whenever you need from Lowe's for a couple bucks, and it unscrews under the sink. I'll show you that in a minute. We have added a paper towel holder, and we have added a paper bowl holder. You have a couple of lights. You have a light right here for over the kitchen area, and you have another one up here. I generally use this one if you need to get into the cabinets up here so you can see your food stuff. There is a cabinet over the microwave that is useful for like cake pans and stuff. That's what my wife has in there, and cookbooks. This is a brand spanking new KitchenAid convection oven, and it is very, very nice, and it's all programmable and everything. So it's got spinning things, and you can actually do all sorts of stuff in here, like, you can say bake, and I want to see, I want to cook pizza or dessert or whatever, and it automatically does a whole bunch of things. So super cool, very nice oven, custom mounted in here. It's got a really, really thick L bar that I put all the way across under there that holds it all up. Got brand new backsplash, as you can see. The backsplash is in here, and that continues into the living room and hallway. I'll show you that in a little while. You got plug-ins for your KitchenAid stand mixer or whatever else you want to plug in there. My wife's got a her cell phone and watch holder in there. You do have a range, which has we have a towel under it to keep it from vibrating when you're driving. But has 4 burners on it. Should have cleaned it before we showed it to you, but anyways, 4 burner range there, and a stove which does function, but we like the convection oven a lot better, so we store cake pans and stuff in here. It does have a thermometer that we put in there, but it does function, and but again, most of the time we cook with that. So then you have storage in here as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers, and these drawers are very deep. They pull out, and you can see they actually go back quite a bit further in there. So there's a lot of storage space in those. You got a cutting board holder in there. So we've got cutting boards that we store in here, and then under here, this is not going to be able to see much because we, again, we're still using this and living in it, but we have lots of kitchen storage. The new water filter is back under here. Got paper plate holder. We have an electric, when we're only hooked up to electric, don't have propane for whatever reason. We've got an electric induction oven. The water heater is here, and the new temperature thermometer for the electric water heater is under there on this side. You got more storage under here. We keep our dog food under there. So close that up, and one more storage cabinet on this side. This is where we keep our plates and bowls and our pans. It's the same access as the other one. That's there. And it does have a blender. You'd have to find on eBay the blender cup, because we did not get the blender cup with it. And the switch needs to be fixed in some form or fashion. But that is the switch for that. And then the other thing is a spice cabinet. So spice cabinet in here, and the spice cabinet again is all the solid teak wood, so you have a very nice spice cabinet all the way around, lots of room for spices, and it's deep too. It goes into the corner here, so you got lots and lots of room in there. And then up here on the walls in the kitchen, you have your heater control for the front heater that's under over there, and you have your fan control for this fan right here. So this fan actually has a cover on it to keep the air in when you want it in, or you can open it up and suck out the hot air when you want it out. That matches the ceiling. Works really well. You got 2 speeds on that. And then if we flip around in the kitchen, we have a brand new refrigerator. So this is a Dometic. We have a freezer on top and refrigerator on the bottom there. So we can open that up and you can see we got it filled with food and ice cream and whatnot. And the refrigerator, again, filled with food, but lots of space in there, brand new. The old one didn't function, so we had to rebuild this, rebuild the cabinetry to put in the new one. A couple other things that we got going on down here. Under the refrigerator, you have a built-in vacuum cleaner. So that turns on, and if you open up under here, you have storage, and in here we have all of the accessories for the vacuum cleaner. And if I can shine in here, let's see if this will work. That's actually the vacuum cleaner over here. It's a brand new Dirt Devil 1500 CV vacuum cleaner that goes under there. So that's on this side. And we have a few other things in here that are important. In the stairwell, it's across from the galley, we have a brand new DC meter. This thing monitors all sorts of stuff, like how much your lights are using. You can see we're using 2.1 amps with, well, let's see, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have about 9 of those LED lights on. It's using 2 amps. So you can see an exact usage of how much your amps are going. Our batteries are 100%. We got 13 volts on the driving batteries and 13.6 volt on the coach batteries. So lots of information on here. I installed this just so you have really clear information on everything that's going on with your DC electrical system. Here you have the AC, so you can see we're plugged into shore power here, so we have 118 or so volts of power from there. It'll tell you if you got reverse polarity or normal polarity. I don't know if you can actually see that because of the light that I've got on, but we are normal polarity, so that's good. And then you have your step light. So step light is down there, turns on and off. You have the porch light for outside. You can't see that outside in here. And you have interior lights, which are currently unhooked because I was going to replace them with LED lights. Screen door that opens and closes, so the screen door is good. And we rebuilt the stairwell, so the stairwell has the same backsplash that you see on the kitchen, brings everything together. We've got a new we got the same flooring on the stairs that you have up on the kitchen walls, so you can see the stairs all the way around have that, and we got nice stair edging through here. Under here, this set of stairs actually lifts up. I'm gonna see if I can get it to lift up from this side. Usually I do it from outside. There we go. And in here you have your batteries. So we have our 200 amp hour coach house batteries, and we have a chassis starting battery in there, and you have a charge boost solenoid, which, let's see if I can get it under there. This is the charge boost solenoid here that lets you connect the house batteries and the coach batteries together, and that is your battery bay, access to all of the batteries in there. So that, I believe, is everything that is in the kitchen. Okay, so moving on from the galley, we have the hallway here. In the hallway you got your pantry. So pantry has, again, it's got all solid wood pull-out drawers, which is very cool. The Lifesavers do not come with the coach, but all the way through there are 6 of them, I think, maybe 5 of these pull-out drawers. Lots of pantry space. And we have down here, this is what we use for our laundry. And it's on a slide-out drawer, so we have our laundry in a little slide-out drawer. I built that slide-out drawer to go in there. There is an AC plug back there. There used to be an ice maker in here, but it was an old ice maker and it did not function, so we pulled it out and redid the walls in there and put in the slide drawer and use it as a laundry thing, which is good for our family. You have another dresser here. This is my wife's dresser and trunk drawer and stuff, and everything is in here. Those, again, are all solid teak wood drawers. Fairly nice. And in here is our wardrobe. So I'm going to open the wardrobe on both sides here. And the wardrobe is solid cedar lined. So this is all cedar wood in here. Smells really nice. Keeps your clothes smelling nice and fresh. There's a light switch here that flips on and off with the doors. You have a shelf up top, so you have lots of space in here. Hanging bar on this side. We've hung some hooks on the door over here, and we've hung a bunch of hooks on the door on this side that we hang things off of as well. And you can see we have it filled with Walmart drawers for the kids, so you can see all of their clothes and toys and stuff are in here. And those tables that were up in front store here in the wardrobe. So there's the tables behind the little bars there. It's got a nice little storage space for them. And under the floor is where I have rewired the stuff for the cell phone signal booster. This floor just lifts right up. And I left all the wiring, and I actually went through and traced all the wires and labeled all of them. So you can see some of the wires are labeled here, but all the wires under there are all labeled for the cable and the antenna, and the additions that I made for the cell phone signal booster. So if you want to undo any of that, it's all under there. It's really easy to get to. So that is the hallway and the wardrobe. Okay, so on the other side of the hallway, you have the bathroom door. Again, you're still hearing my children yell and stuff. Nice, just so you know, all of these latches, these three here, are all brand new latches, so they all match and they're brand new. Got a mirror on the door here. The door actually opens and stays open like that and cuts off the bedroom from the rest of the house, so very nice to have that cut off there. The shower is the back side of the galley, so the galley that's slanted actually makes for a nice triangle bathtub shower. So here is the bathtub shower, and we've got a shower curtain up in here. We got a little thing that we hung up with waterproof hanger thingies to use shower stuff. We have a towel bar. There is a sunroof. That's the dome sunroof there. And in here we've got a brand new shower head. The old one actually was fine, but this is one of those that uses like 20% less water, so you get longer showers out of your hot water tank. And it has a couple of different positions on that. And we have, I added an adjustable bar. So this one, I'm pretty tall. I'm almost 6 feet tall, 5'11", I believe. And I can stand under this, no problem. My wife is pretty short. She's like 5'2", and that goes there. My son is very short. We slide it down there, and it will fit for him. And my daughter, who is 4, the little hose guide, we can stick it on the hose guide, and she can use it. So very nice, like almost infinite positions for our family to have the shower hose. So we use all of that. We hang wet clothes up in here after we go to the pool or whatnot. And then in here you've got, again, more of the solid teak wood cabinetry. You've got a light switch to turn on the beauty lights. Those are all LED lights now. You got electrical outlet if you need it for hair curlers and whatnot. You have more of the sliding cabinets with toiletries, and sliding cabinets under here. Again, more toiletries and such. There's a sink. We hang all of our towels on the wall here across from the toilet. And you have, of course, a standard RV toilet with a pedal flush. Works pretty well. And up here, let me just show you on the roof, you have an exhaust fan with, you can open that. I can't remember which way it opens, that way. And there's a little on-off switch. You can get the humidity out from the coach. Now, one of the modifications I made in here, the LED light that's up here in the top, I actually removed the switch that was on here and rewired it, and we have wire channeling running down the side to a regular light switch that flips the light on and off here in the bathroom. The reason we did that is because my 4-year-old was too short to, well, reach up to the ceiling or to the these ones to turn the light on, and she couldn't go to the bathroom at night because it was dark. So now we have a regular height light switch that is child friendly and child accessible. You have a water pump access in here, so you can turn the water pump on and off from the bathroom if you are boondocking. And then, of course, my cat, who is still trying to be in every video. And last little thing, on this you'll notice there is a hole drilled through on here, and you can stick a cotter pin through this and keep it closed. And what I've done is at the very bottom of this, well, not at the very bottom, but at the same thing, we have a child height little latch, because this door latch is not child height. So you can, if you want to, you can put a cotter pin through there, which we keep when we're stopped. We put the cotter pin in there, and we have the child height one that my daughters, both of my daughters actually, can pull open and get into the bathroom, because these were not made to be child friendly when they were originally made. So we made a few adjustments to make them child friendly. And you do, one last thing, have a heat pump from the front heater that runs back here into the bathroom. And when you open this door, that pumps right onto the hallway into the back bedroom. This is the reason why we've never used the back heater, because that one, running the front heater, is enough to heat the back bedroom. So we've never really used the back heater because we don't see the sense in running two propane things when one of them will do just fine. So that is the bathroom. Okay, so from the hallway in the bathroom, we come into the main bedroom. So we'll do a quick once around over here. The first thing up on the left is your main dresser, and the dresser here has a TV. I mounted this TV to the cabinetry up top. It does swivel, not that you have much use for that. Behind there is a shelf that I mounted. The shelf I have put a DVD player on and our Wi-Fi router. We have our mess of cables tied up with a zip tie there, and plugs for those on this side. This here is the cell phone signal booster. I have rewired to, it puts out the boosted signal right to this spot here. So the cell phone signal booster is actually mounted in the cabinet here, so you'll be able to hook up your own signal booster if you want. And then back here you have a couple of switches. You have interior lights. So these are actually under the windows. Those are all LED lights now. The three lights up top, of course, have all been upgraded to LEDs. So that entire LED upgrade cost all the way through was several $100s, probably about $500 or more. You have your drawers here, so big long drawers. That's my dresser drawers. You have a heater back here. This one, it does turn on, so if I flip it to the on position, it has like a 30-second, I think, delay. I don't remember what the 30-second delay is for. I read it in the manual at one point, but it will kick on here in just a moment, assuming, of course, my temperature thing is set right. I want it to be, yeah, there we go. You can hear it. Fan kicks on and everything, so that works, though we haven't ever really used it. So there's the heater, and then if we follow around, you have the storage all the way across. So there is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more cabinets around here. More storage than you could ever imagine. And then on this side, you have a nightstand, which I've got a bunch of stuff in. Nightstand on one side. I upgraded this to be it has 2 USB ports and 2 plug-in things, useful for nightstand stuff. The cabinets and the trim back here have been painted. And so this cabinet, it matches on both sides, so I didn't empty out my wife's, but this one, you can see very deep. And this one is that secret storage bay. If you remember back to the trunk, there's the net that goes into the trunk. I have no idea why that exists. So anyways, that is there. You got 2 shelves on it. Of course, I've got it filled with electronics. These have been repainted, and this is a good place to show you. He uses the turn buttons that we used all the way around, so brand new turn buttons through all of the cabinetry, so those are nice and solid. Also, we continued the backsplash. We cut them all in half and ran them through the bedroom and the hallway and around the corners, so you have a nice, like, it draws the whole design together. So that goes all the way around there. We've got guitars back here. You have a mirror that makes the room look bigger. You got some more of the reading lights, and then over the bed you have more reading lights. So we got one here. This one's actually got a extra like light bulb, so this one is really not that bright, which is really nice for my wife who reads at night and I don't, so she can turn that one on and read. This one has a regular standard daylight bulb. And then last thing over here, on my wife's side, or on the other side of the bed, there is a long-term storage. This is a cedar-lined storage, so cedar top, cedar sides. We have this filled with all of our winter clothing. So it's got our jackets and our snow boots and snow gear and everything. So we keep our winter clothes and everything in there. Nice little cabinet in there. And then the only other thing I gotta show you is under the bed. So give me just a second, and I will. Okay, so I mounted the bed on gas pistons. So I lift it up. So there we go. And I'll put the curtains under there. And here we go. So under the bed, these are new gas pistons. It didn't used to have gas pistons on it. It just, just had to take the bed off, which was annoying. So I mounted hinges all the way across and put on the gas pistons on both sides so you could lift the bed up. Under here you have your fresh water storage, 77-gallon tank. This is your, if you overfill it, it'll spill over. You have your water pump here. You have your fill line, so you can actually, when you're hooked up to shore water, turn that on, you can hear it. It'll actually start filling the tank. I don't need to fill the tank right now, so I won't do that. But the water pump is there. Here you have your power converter. This is the one that converts the, what does that one do? Converts 120 into 13.6, so you can charge your batteries and stuff. Here you have your inverter. I installed this inverter, didn't have an inverter before. So it's a 2000 watt inverter. You can run a lot of stuff off of this. Currently I don't have anything plugged into it except for this one little plug right here. So you can flip the inverter on and run these plugs, so you can plug things into it from anywhere. If you're really fun, if you're creative, you can actually take a 20 what do you call it, a 15 amp cord, and my light just died. So a 15 amp cord you can hook up here and run out the window and actually plug the coach in to the inverter if you would like, and I've done that. Around the side over here is your inverter on off switch. Hit the little button and it'll turn on. I don't actually know how to turn it on. But anyways, you got the inverter there, and I mounted this on drawer slides, so you can actually slide it over like this. So full weight drawer slides, so you can get to the automatic transfer switch. So this is the automatic transfer switch that transfers the power from shore to generator, and it does that after the generator's been on for 30 seconds. So that is the automatic transfer switch under there. You can get to it. And then the other things we have under here, you have access to your circuit breakers. So circuit breakers are all there, and your fuses are here. They're all labeled well on both sides. So those are your DC fuses and your AC fuses. And if you need them, you have a access to the water pump and the little twisty knobs to fill your tank without having to lift the bed. And that is pretty much everything in the coach.